And so from an English legend to a Scottish one. Jim Clark, a quiet Scottish farmer who, like Moss, was incredibly versatile and, on his day, unbeatable. Jimmy had no desire to be rich or famous. He just loved driving cars fast and turned out to have one of the finest natural talents of all time. Clark never seemed to have an off day and didn't argue or complain. He just got into the car he was given and drove it faster than anyone else. His early efforts in Scottish club racing were just something to do in his weekends off from the farm, but they attracted the attention of Lotus boss Colin Chapman. Thereafter, he never raced for anyone else, and the working relationship between Jimmy and Colin became one of the most successful in motor racing history. The superb climax-powered Lotus 25 and 33 gave them 2 world championships, and the brilliant 49 was to become another world beater. But Jim's career wasn't all plain sailing. In the 1961 Italian Grand Prix, he collided with Ferrari star Wolfgang von Trips. The German and several spectators were killed, but Clark was blameless. In 1962, after a great fight with Graham Hill and BRM, he seemed set for his first title until the final race in South Africa. When he was way out in the lead, a loose sump plug leaked oil and the title was gone. But in 1963, he was indomitable, with 7 effortless victories in the elegant Lotus Climax, and became undisputed world champion.
I started as an amateur with no idea or no intention of becoming world champion, but I was curious to find out what it was like to drive a car fast, to drive on a certain circuit, to drive a certain type of car.
By now, Clark was looking at other classes of racing, helped by Ford's hunger for motorsporting credibility. With the Lotus Cortinas, Clark devastated saloon car racing. And then Chapman took Clark to the Indianapolis 500. At his first attempt, he shook the American establishment by finishing second. And in 1965 came victory.
Jim Clark crosses the finish line to win the 500 with a comfortable lead of more than 2 minutes.
The same year, he won his second world championship, and his hometown of Duns in Berwickshire gave him a hero's welcome. The Ford Cosworth DFV engine arrived in mid-1967, and around it, Chapman built the new Lotus 49. Clark scored its first 4 victories, and 1968 seemed bound to be another championship year. He led the opening round in South Africa from start to finish. It was his 25th Grand Prix victory, breaking Fangio's long-standing record. But that April, in a minor Formula 2 race in Germany, when a rear tyre deflated at 150 miles an hour, even Clark's superhuman skill couldn't save him. His death shocked the world. That the greatest driver of his time should die in a minor race seemed unbearably tragic.